Hare Krishna, Namaste. Chapter 15 is entitled as Purushottama Vidya, Purushottama Yogam. Sloka 16, Part 5. Dvāv imau puruṣau loke, kṣaraś eva ca, kṣaraś sarvāṇi bhūtāni, kūṭa-stho ucyate. There are two classes of beings, the fallible and the infallible. In the material world, every living entity is fallible, and in the spiritual world, every living entity is called infallible. From the previous sessions, we learned that the fallible living entities are known as bhadātmas, whereas infallible living entities are known as muktātmas. They both fall into four types of birth: deva, manushya, triyak, tāvara. Deva means the devatas like Adityas, Rudras, Vasus, Ashwini Devata, and we can also include Kinkaras, Gandharvas, Yakshas, Asuras. They all can be categorized into Devatas. Human, or us who are living in this Jambudvipa, and also who live in other dvipas, plus the Rakshasas. Triyak are animals, birds, insects, and so forth. Tāvaras are immovable entities like plants, trees, etc. Out of these, the jangamas, that is triyak, animals, and sthavara, immovable, do not accumulate karma because they are not bound by shastras. Only devas and manushyas are bound by shastra. Therefore, they accumulate papa and punya karma. Papa if they don't abide by the shastras, and punya by performing certain acts that's mentioned in the shastra. Also within the human, the children are not sastra vashyati, meaning they are not obligated to the shastra up to 7 years. This is what we have learned so far. Now let's learn about types of birth among these living entities. What we saw so far in the previous 2 sessions are types of living entities. What we are going to see now is types of birth that the living entity takes. It is said there are 5 types: ayonijam, yonijam, antajam, svedajam, udbhijam. These are the 5 types of birth the living entities can take. Ayonijam means those who are not born through a womb of a mother. They are not the one who have taken birth like us, where we came from our mother's womb. For example, Brahma. Brahma, who appeared from the navel of the Lord, he did not come from a mother's womb. Another example are Draupadi and Drishtadyumna. They also did not come from a mother. They appeared or born from the fire sacrifice, from the Yajna Kunda. That type of birth where the living entity takes birth not from the mother's womb are known as ayonijam, whereas those who take birth from the uterus, from the garbha of a mother like us, are of the type known as yonijam. They are the devatas, manushyas, etc. But it has to be noted that the devatas and manushyas can be of yonism or ionism. Yonism, not from mother's womb, like Brahma, who is a deva, whereas Indra, Varuna, Vayu, etc., they are also devas, devatas, but unlike Brahma, they are born from mother's womb. Therefore, the point to be noted is one can be born as ionism or yonism among devatas and manushyas. Under Manushya, we saw Draupadi and Dhristadyumna, who were not born through the mother's womb. They are ionism, though being under the category of Manushya. The third type of birth is Andajam. Jam means birth. As we can see, every word here ends with jam. Here Anda means egg. Those which are born from egg are of type Andajam, like birds, snakes, etc. It is of type Andajam. The fourth is Svedajam, that which takes birth from the sweat, from the perspiration. They are the minute entities like some insects, bacteria, etc. They all Svetajar. And lastly, Udbijam, those which are born from the seed. They are known as Udbija. So, we saw there are 4 types of being: Devata, Manushya, Jangama and Tavara, and the type of birth that they take are 5: Ionism, Yonism, Andajam, Svetajam, Udbijam. Now, going back to the Sloka, Krishna says there are 2 types of people, kṣara and akṣara. And the same thing we learned from the Svetesvara Upanishad. The 2 types, one is who likes to be associated with the Prakriti and enjoys the Prakriti's products. They are known as bhūtāni. That's a new term that we need to learn now, which is nothing but the kṣaraś, the fallible ones, the perishable ones. Whereas the second type is the one who are detached from the Prakriti. They don't want to have any connection to the Prakriti. They are free from their desires of wanting to enjoy the products of the Prakriti. Their papa punya are completely wiped off. They are known as akṣaras and they are mumukshus. So the 2 classifications of living entities are bhubukshus, those who wish to enjoy the pleasures available in this samsara. Bubuksha means hunger, not the hunger of wanting to eat food, but hunger to enjoy the pleasures of this world. They are known as bubukshus, whereas mumukshus are those who wish to be liberated from this samsara. They are no more hungry to enjoy this samsara. Their ichcha is only moksha, liberation. Therefore, they are called as mumukshus. Whereas bubukshus only desire, ichcha is to enjoy this world. As they are eating their karma phalam, the fruits of their action. Punya phalam gives them happiness and papa phalam gives them suffering. Therefore, they are busy eating the results of their activities. Hence they are known as bhubukshus. It is stated in the Upanishads like Mundaka Upanishad, Svetesvara Upanishad that dvāv swaparna sayuja sakaya samanam vriksham parisasvajate tayur anyah pipalam swadvati anasnan anyah abhichaka siti. That there is a huge tree. In the tree there are two birds who are friends. Dvāv swaparna sayuja sakaya. One of the bird is busy eating the fruits from the tree, whereas the other bird is simply being a watcher of the other bird which is eating the fruits of the tree. But the bird that which is eating the fruits of the tree is becoming weaker and weaker, whereas the bird which is watching the other bird eating the fruits stays as it is. What does it mean for us? That tree is nothing but this samsara tree which we have learned in the beginning of this chapter. Urdhva moolam adashakam ashvatam prahur avyayam. In that samsara tree, there are two birds. One that eats the fruits is the living entity, Jivatma, whereas the other one which is watching the Jivatma is Paramatma. That means the Jivatma who is bound in this world performs karma and enjoys the fruits of that karma unless it focuses on the Paramatma who is sitting right next to him. They are the one known as bhubukshus. So the two types are bhubukshus and mumukshus. Bhubukshus are the ones who have turned their face away from God, and mumukshus are the one who is facing the Lord. These bhubukshus are further classified into two groups. We must have heard the term puruṣartha, which is nothing but dharma, artha, kama and moksha. These four are known as puruṣartha. That which is desired by the puruṣas, the living entities in this case. Artha means material wealth and gains. Kama means desire. It is not simply meant to say the desire between opposite genders. It could be any desire of this world, wanting to enjoy the material things is kama. Wanting to enjoy some nice music, it is kama. Wanting to eat nice palatable food, it is kama. Wanting to apply some nice sandalwood paste over the body, it is kama. Wanting to see some nice scenery, it is kama. This kama is to satisfy one's senses and mind. So we should not see in a narrow vision that kama means the lust between a man and a woman. It has a broader meaning. So artha, kama, and the next is dharma. Dharma means the punya karya, that which are mentioned in the scriptures. Performing certain yaga yagya so one can obtain something, which again leads to artha and kama. And the fourth one is moksha, that is leaving this world, the material world, and reaching the spiritual world, which is only possible when a person is completely free of papa and punya karma. That means they don't have any more karmas to take birth into this world, and they are the qualified candidate to be liberated from this prakriti, from this lila vibhuti, from this material world into the nitya vibhuti, the spiritual world Vaikunta. As we have learned the two types, bhubukshus and mumukshus. Bubukshus, out of this 4 purushartha, they are least interested in moksha, as he is always wanting to enjoy in this world now. Therefore, their focus is on the other 3, artha, kama and dharma. Moksha is not under their radar. Whereas mumukshus are not interested in what the bubukshus are interested in. That is, mumukshus do not show any interest in artha, kama and dharma. Their focus and interest is only in moksha, the 4th one in the purushartha. So, there are 4 purusharthas, dharma, artha, kama and moksha, and there are 2 types of living entities. One is bubukshus, another one is mumukshu. The bubukshus are interested in artha, kama and dharma, whereas mumukshus are interested in moksha. Next, we need to learn about the 2 subdivisions within bubukshus. After that, we need to learn about mumukshus and their classifications. We will learn about them in the following sessions. Namaste. Hare Krishna.